But before we start digging into the dirty part of this, I thought a few of you guys may want to know a little bit about this F-134 versus the original L-134, the true Flathead, the true World War II engine. So I brought in my trusty assistant. This was my first revival. This is Pueblo, a CJ2A. Let's get in here. Let me show you the original. Just some basics. Just a quick understanding of what the original looked like. And we'll contrast it to what they did different for this girl. Let's get into the horse barn of the 48 2A. I did a restro mod on here. I just added a few of my little candy pieces that I wanted to have. Doesn't change the major differences that I wanted to know the difference, so I figured there's probably somebody out there also that would like to know what the difference is between the original L and F 134s. So this is the L-134 Go Devil, the World War II style. All the valves, the intake and the exhaust, are in the engine block, right in here. This is your valve cover. It's short, flat, low hood. Jeeps use this engine, such as the MB, the 2A, and the 3As. Got approximately 60 horsepower, 105 pounds of foot torque, out of the box, new. And the carburetor, you can see, it's kind of mounted lower. It's not mounted on top of the head. It's mounted lower on this exhaust or intake manifold, spaghetti twined in with this exhaust manifold. We get a little heat issue here, okay? Those are the main differences, right? Also, I wanted to point out that the intake and exhaust valve are very close in size, yet the intake is just slightly larger. It's hard to notice, but there is a difference in the size. Now let's go over and talk about the F. Now let's have a little quick discussion about those same components, but how they're utilized in the F head. So the engineers, they had to find a way to get a little more juice out of that old Go Devil, okay? But they didn't want to retool the whole factory. So they used the same block, okay? Same 134 block. We changed out the head. We got this going on up here, okay? So we have some visual differences. Well, what they did was they kept the exhaust valves in the block, right? But they moved the intake valves and the rocker assembly on top of the head. Well, we just raised this whole thing. Not only that, they moved the carburetor and put it on top of the head, right? They got it away from the exhaust side over here on the driver's side and moved it out of that heated area somewhat and off to the passenger side. Okay? What they also did, let's see if I can't do this carefully. They also increased the size of these intake valves. So those are much bigger now than the exhaust valves, noticeably by the eye. This is looking a little rough. So that created a taller engine. Well, with that taller engine, they had to come up with a different style front end. So they had the CJ3Bs, which you have seen. They've got that taller hood and cowl. And they heightened and rounded up these early CJ5s to fit this Hurricane. These will put out 72 to 75 horsepower and around 114 foot-pounds of torque. So they squeezed a little more juice out of them. Is it enough to go race a tractor down the road? Probably not, but they did what they're aiming to do and not have to retool their factory, just reuse the block. That's just kind of that's the major differences I just wanted to point out that I learned. Hopefully that helps somebody also in the future.